Yay! What a wonderful holiday. I'll tell you all about why I really, really, really adore Kwanzaa. Listen, I got to give a shout out to this gentleman I just met at the service station.
Okay.
Guess what he said? Well, well, believe it or not, he was a. I know, but it was good. He said that he said, well, how you doing? And it was kind of frosty out there for a conversation. I said, oh, I'm doing great. And he was like, yeah, I'm glad to hear you doing great. People are always grumbling. And I said something to the effect of, yeah, they sure are, but we're really fortunate. And somehow the conversation got to, gifts. People, yeah, they, grumbling about gifts they got for Christmas. The other person didn't spend as much money on them, or, they didn't give them something they really liked. And he said, but we're celebrating a Savior, not Santa. And I was like, wow, that's profound. He said, I did a sermon on it. And we couldn't stand there talking because, as you can hear, I've got a little scratchiness in my throat. So I told him to go on and tune in on the show. You're listening to Let's Talk. We like to talk about everything and anything. This is the last Saturday in 2012. I know some of you have services that are activities for New Year's. We want you to give us a call and let us know about that. I don't know what you call it. You might call it Watch Me. You might call it, what might they call it? New Year's Eve service. That's more modern. Yeah. But the number to call is 225-343-1075. That's 225-343-1075. And we'll be back in just a moment. So what we're listening to? What? We can't hear what we're hearing. My soul. So excuse me if yeah. I seem a little giddy or maybe even strange, but praise is the way I say this. All right, I need to pull up my a file I made. Okay, we're gonna come back in. Let's see where we are. At 7:40, we'll come back in, and we're gonna go to Elijah, and then we'll come out with him, and then we'll go to Dr. Harris. How about that? Okay. You're so serious. It's early?
Yeah, it is early. I got up. I thought it was going to be 7 o'clock, so I was here at 7.
Didn't I tell you?
I looked at the email and it said 7:30. Yeah. So, okay, well, I went to that,
cup of coffee? What did you get?
McDonald's.
Oh. It's pretty good. Well, we know it wasn't cooked by Mama.
Yeah,
it was all right.
It's okay.
Okay. All right.
So does this station normally run all week? Or
yeah. 24 hours a day.
Yeah, because I 94.9
FM.
Okay, for the reception.
The station catches New City back towards Zachary.
Okay.
If you're here in the country station, it's because you're too far east.
Okay.
I don't see my file.
So you just on Saturday?
I'm just on Saturday. Actually, she has a show on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Early morning, but not this early. 8 o'clock. 8 to 10 show. I'm looking for that file, which was so wonderful.
Guy Brody still on the air?
No, Guy has an internet radio program.
She was on what's WJBO last I talked to him. I haven't spoken to him in a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And then now he's back on the internet.
Yeah, you can Google him.
Surprisingly, I don't really listen to that much radio.
Really?
I don't listen to the radio at all.
Oh gosh.
I mean, other than NPR, like in the car, but that's it. You know.
Oh my!
I listen to music in the car.
I didn't like. I listened a little bit, and then the antenna broke in my car, so now I'm listening at all.
Oh goodness.
Something's going on.
All right. I didn't mean to let it go. Good morning. You're listening to Let's Talk. We have in the studio this morning none other than our very own brother Elijah. Good morning. So how was your Christmas? Good. What happened? What'd you get? What'd you do? What'd you eat? Spaghetti must be one of your favorites. So what else did you have? Tell me now. All right. That was your favorite. Okay. Now you're you're one of 10 kids, so did you all sit at the table, or you were kind of spread around? All right. What was the beverage of the day? Water? Cold drinks. All right, all right. And you got a chance to visit your grandparents? Okay. Did they think you had been a good boy? Okay. What did you get? Oh man. That was it. That was enough. That's it.
Yeah, you're doing better than me. I got a shirt.
Oh.
And a sweater.
Oh.
Although I love it very much.
Didn't I give you earrings?
Did you? You did. Samir, I got a shirt, a sweater, some earrings.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly pleased with it.
That's right, because it's not.
You've upgraded.
Yes, he didn't send us Santa. He sent us a Savior.
Yeah.
And we had life, and that abundantly.
I had a wonderful.
Did you?
It was wonderful.
Yeah, I got a chance to taste some of your food. It was wonderful.
Thank you. I wouldn't have noticed that because I was so tired. I wouldn't have noticed if I hadn't gotten in at all. Because I was asleep by the time dinner was over. But it was wonderful.
So your relatives didn't think that they had bored you to death?
No, they knew I was tired. I had been up all night cooking, and they woke me up to give me my gift.
Oh.
And like I recognized what it was and fell back asleep and went into the next day that I was like, oh.
That's what I got.
Right. I don't know. I was in that kind of delirious sleep.
Well, I had a great Christmas as well, and my mom, each Christmas comes from the nursing home. She comes home, and for those of you who follow the show, my mom is paraplegic. And she was, my sister had her all dressed up in a really nice outfit, and I kept teasing her about I could use that outfit, and she thought that was quite amusing. Yeah, and I joked a little bit with her about my dad and he did a good job. Somehow, so she's not listening this morning, so I can say it. Somehow he tore up the Christmas tree that she purchased and loved. So what he did was go out and try to find a live tree just like it, and he was successful.
Wait, I swung by there. Was
that was a live tree? That wasn't an old tree. No.
And you know what? Look, shame on me, because I was thinking, he sure didn't put that tree back together right. The branch and stuff are missing. It don't quite look the same. So So that was a live
It was a
tree.
live tree. He did an excellent job.
Well, he did. It was a live tree.
He did a
It looked so
great
much
job.
like
They
her.
put her ornaments on it. Sister Catherine went over and helped him because he decided that he thought since she had a few of those little teddy bears that he would put giant teddy bears, and that's why some of the branches were out of whack because he kind of just stuck them in there.
You know what? That is enough to testament just how slick that was, because I didn't realize those weren't the same bears. I didn't realize they were the same.
Oh, she took those giant bears out.
Oh, she did.
She did. She womaned it up because, you know, forgive me, male listeners, but he is a man. So his eye for decorations are not the same.
That's very sweet, though, that he would go out and try and find an identically matching tree. You know, because y'all, they're senior citizens.
Yes, very senior.
I think that's very sweet that, you know, that they're still that much in love, that he really cares, that she may come home and realize that's not her tree and be upset.
Right.
So even in his old age, he went out and tried to find a matching tree.
Shout out to Dalton Anthony, who's out of the hospital.
Awesome.
Yes. We want to wish him well. He's recovering wonderfully. And as I understand, I know he doesn't care, that he is 90.
I was very surprised when I heard that.
90 years old.
I could not believe it.
Yes.
He does not look it.
Well, I missed the Kwanzaa celebration last night. Yeah, at Southern University. It was held on the same day as the Capital Senior High Mighty Lions of 1971 holiday party, where the theme was take it back to the 70s, and everybody was dressed up. But, you know, I didn't go to that as well because I had been coughing so much the night before, and I figured, oh well, when, you know, I can't go and infect all my classmates. Yeah, spreading the love.
That's my pet peeve.
Oh no, I wasn't gonna even do pet peeves, but go on.
I know, let me just squeeze it in there.
Alright.
Use wisdom.
Use wisdom.
Use wisdom when it comes to infectious diseases. Don't know you have a cold and pump yourself full of cold medicine and then come be hugging and kissing on everybody. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with
you? You will give somebody a cold.
Well.
And then be the first one to say, I didn't have no cold. I know the
It
Lord.
was the sinuses. That's what they usually say. I think that's how I got mine.
The Lord gonna keep you from getting a cold. Now he looking at you like you dumb. But you got good common sense. Cover your mouth when you cough.
Yes.
Wash your hands.
Yes.
Don't hug on people when you have a cold.
Yes.
And those of you who don't have cold, don't be grabbing on somebody who tells you that they sick.
No.
No.
Okay.
That's not operating in faith. That's operating in foolishness.
Oh, operating in foolishness. I must file that one away.
That's not faith.
I hear you. All right. You have vented. Everyone, that's our, you know, mental health portion of the program. Pet peeves, things that make you go screaming for the hills, test your Christianity, makes you want to strangle someone. Usually mine has to do with traffic, but I promised that we would not go into it today since it's the last Saturday of the year. I also did not go to my class activity because I was fasting, and you know, it was at 8 o'clock, so I figured that first people would say, she don't want to hug us no more. Number 2, she not eating nothing. Number 3, she not drinking nothing. Number 4, she got her ears plugged up to the music, you know, 70s music. So I figured I better just stay myself at home and get well. As I said, it is Kwanzaa week, and you can do your little celebrations at home. There are, you know, 7 principles of Kwanzaa. There's unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility, cooperative economics, that's today, purpose, creativity, and faith. They one principle for each day of the 7 days of Kwanzaa, and I know you're having a great time with it. Um, those principles, of course, can be used year-round, and I truly think that we should use them every day of the year. I tell you, I had a joy in my heart. I was driving in South Baton Rouge, and I saw these fantastic murals. They just made me just wanna.
I've seen them. They're gorgeous.
I wanted to just, say hold my mule and run around the car and dance with delight.
They're very pretty.
They're not just pretty, they're just so professional, they're precise, and they're so us.
They are.
So I was trying to find out who could be responsible for such beauty.
Oh, that's all coming together.
I called the local Arts Council, and they gave me the name of Dr. Harris. I thought they were responsible for it, but no. Dr. Kevin Harris is a curator of the Museum of Public Art, and he's in the studio today. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. This is such a beautiful, fantastic work. It's so special. How did it come to be?
Well, without taking 3 hours to explain the process, I have some friends in New York who have been doing mural art, graffiti for a number of years, since the 70s. They started painting trains, subway trains in New York. And they said, hey, it might be a nice idea if we came to Baton Rouge to do something. They just assumed that we had murals all over the place. And they just wanted to try to fit in. I said, hey, you'll be the first. Trust me, it's a nice idea. Let's try to make it happen. So we were able to secure a wall on the old Habitat Imports building on 14th Street, right off of Government. That was our first wall, which was a tribute to the old school subway writers. The graffiti artists who painted the trains actually came down, 3 of them, James Topp, Part 1, and King B, and they did the upper half of the mural, and the lower half is actually a photograph that we printed on peel and stick vinyl.
Really?
And it looks like it's painted.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of spray paint on the top and a vinyl photograph on the bottom. So after that was done, we kind of migrated on the other side of government. We looked at doing a mural for the Lincoln Theater. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get the approval when we were painting back in the summer. Perhaps we may do something with the Lincoln later on in 2013. But we did, I did talk to Cedric Patan, who owned the building across the street, and we were able to use that now as the Museum of Public Art official residence.
It's an old auto shop.
Yes.
And it is fantastic.
I've never been inside, but boy, the outside is amazing.
Well, you don't need to go inside, because they've replaced the old doors with glass doors, and you can just look in, because there's a mural on the inside and there's a mural on the outside, and the mural on the inside is just as intriguing as the mural on the outside, except there is one unusual piece. It's a gigantic portrait of Richard Pryor.
That was painted by an artist from Portugal. His name is O'Day, and he was here for a week. And there was another crew called Tats Crew from New York. They painted the outside wall
with local people.
And O'Day painted the inside portrait of Richard Pryor, and he also did 2 pieces in the corners, which are actually, they have a 3D illusion. So when you take a picture, you stand in a special place, take a picture, and you can see it in 3D.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's
Really cool.
fantastic. It is. It is. It's just wonderful. It makes you smile. It makes you feel great about the space, about the community. You know, it gives you it uplifts you, gives you a feeling of hope. Now tell us exactly where that's on the corner of.
Eddie Robinson and Myrtle. And the walls are painted, the outside walls are painted, and we're in the process of completing the inside walls. The other mural that we did was on the corner of South Boulevard and Eddie Robinson. It's a beauty shop, and we did a theme of that's black women. It's appropriate for the beauty shop.
Beautiful women. And let me tell you, they have, look, I'm so enthused about this. They have the back of a little girl's head that's like the size of a whole person, with braids.
Oh.
It is so beautiful. You know, just that part alone. And the women, they're really, they're true sister girls.
Oh, okay.
They got that, that savoir-faire about themselves that says, this is my area. Come on, welcome to it.
Well, we are hoping to do the building across the street as well on South Boulevard and Eddie Robinson, but it's scheduled for demolition. I'm not sure if that's going to happen and when, so while it's up, we hope to move on to that building next.
Well, I know that this has got to be an expensive endeavor. Just the paint alone, I mean, the scale is so enormous. Just the paint alone must set one back some.
Well, the paint is actually the least expensive.
Is it? Okay.
Item.
Tell us about it.
Well, we have to buy the paint, of course. We have to pay the artist. We have to fly the artist in and put them in a hotel.
Oh, and feed them too?
Well, no.
You just let them starve because they're starving artists.
Yeah, we give them a hamburger.
Okay.
But so if you add it all up, it is an expensive process. Hopefully, we'll be able to get some support now. In 2013, we applied for nonprofit status, Museum of Public Art, so we'll be eligible to apply for grants.
And I was mistaken. The Arts Council did not fund any part of what you've done thus far.
No, and the whole funding has actually come out of my pocket, which is not that deep. So hopefully we'll get some assistance. The Arts Council has shown interest now that they've seen what we have been able to accomplish, and hopefully they'll be able to give some funding to further and expand the project.
Well, I'm going to encourage our listeners to, first of all, go by and see this magnificent art. It is wonderful. You'll be glad you did. Take the children. And it's so, you don't know this, Dr. Harris, but I, for so long, did graffiti abatement. Because some people feel like the only thing that you can do is profanity and sexual innuendo, and I just didn't think that was the signs that we wanted to put on other people's property.
Well, the art that we're doing is graffiti abatement, because once a mural goes up, the taggers show respect.
They do.
And that was the whole idea with the Lincoln. My approach with the Lincoln was to put a mural to prevent the people tagging with the inappropriate words. It's a transformative process around the country where they have used murals to eliminate a lot of the negative behavior that was once common in certain areas, and once the art came up, the negative behavior ceased or diminished, decreased.
Well, I can see how that would be very true because, as I say, it's very uplifting. And then when you see faces of people that you know and see every day, like that lady texting on her cell phone, you're like, wow, they've immortalized someone that's just like me or just like you. And the talent that it takes, just must be respected. So I really, really want to thank you for deciding to do that. Now, you didn't tell us what motivated you to bring this Museum of Public Art.
Well, it just kind of happened the way most things happen to me. It just was a spontaneous idea that took shape. I've always been involved in photography through the years, and the first mural I had the idea to do a photographic mural to try to expand on the size that a photograph could actually be printed. That one was 10 feet by 80 feet, and so
That's pretty big.
I just start thinking of how we could, translate art to the public so that everybody can experience the joy that so many people around the country experience when they see public art in their cities.
It's a beautiful thing that you all are doing because they're removing a lot of art from schools, music, and different things like that. And without exposure, younger people will not know art, and you can't you can't effectively be a good artist if you've never seen good artwork. You can't, it's wonderful thing that you're talking about, graffiti abatement. How can somebody with a spray paint can or with some paint know that you can reach a level of art with these basic tools if they've never actually seen in person what can be done with it, and all they've ever seen is somebody, writing barely cursive. With the spray paint, they just writing their name on it.
Some four-letter words.
Right.
And I want to just comment on your themes, subway themes, and it's subway trains. But when I first saw that, it put me in the mind of, as the old people say, regular trains. That through South Baton Rouge there are tracks with which regular trains come through, and sometimes we get a glimpse of the artistry from other places, just a glimpse every now and then, and it's beautiful, and you go, it's just a wonderful thing. So when I saw the subway trains, I really was thinking more of the regular trains coming through and sometimes giving us that beautiful glimpse. We thank you so much for what you brought to the city, and we must not forget that your trade has nothing to do with art.
Well, it's the art of moving teeth.
I like that.
So where is your office? You do have an office?
Yes.
Okay.
15 Bluebonnet.
All right. And you do take customers?
As long as they
pay. What are you about to say? As long as they pay up. Otherwise, go to my competition. As long as they.
Each toward the mic real slow, like, should I say it?
If you broke, don't come. If you got good insurance, come on, because I think you're an orthodontist, huh?
Correct.
But everybody's got to be paid,
Yes.
You can't be ripping out teeth for free or putting in teeth for free.
He straightens them up.
Whatever. Especially that's elective.
Oh, yeah. But insurance will cover it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For kids,
Well, it depends. There are insurance plans that cover adults. It just depends.
I see so many grown folk with braces on. What are they? Oh, they have money. Oh. Okay, I ain't know. Tell me something. he's silent.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
What do you think? Okay, the clear straighteners. She gonna be mad if I say the name. The clear straighteners that you put in your mouth and then you switch them out every couple of months to a different one.
Right.
How do those actually work as effectively as regular braces?
Well, it would depend on the problem. For simple problems, I think they work as long as the people wear them. The problem is anything that can be taken out of the mouth generally doesn't go back in the mouth.
Okay.
Because you want to eat something, drink something, kiss or something.
Well, no, because when I was really young, I worked in housekeeping in a pretty fancy hotel. You know, it cost a good penny to stay there.
Okay.
And so, like, I know that was many years ago. Everybody had those little cups with the little straighteners in there, see-through straighteners. And I was like, what do these use? I mean, I saw them just about as frequently as I saw glasses.
Really?
Very frequent. And I was like, I wonder if these really work.
Well, it depends on the problem.
And what was surprising is that, as you said, the straighteners were in the room, but the people were not.
Oh.
That tells you something.
Very good. Thank you so much, Dr. Harris, for joining with us. Let me just say that on New Year's Day, we will have our Kwanzaa Black Eyed Peas and Cabbage feast over at Little Rising Sun Baptist Church, 1275 South 16th Street. And I understand, Sister Faith, you will be cooking as well.
I will. Sister Catherine and I will be doing the Black Eyed Peas and Cabbage.
All right. So if you would...
becoming my life. Look at big men.
Well, you cook well.
Thank you.
And since I don't, I do.
You cook well.
But I leave the Black Eyed Peas and Cabbage to the experts.
Now, how I become an expert in Black Eyed Peas and Cabbage?
I don't know. It's a soul thing.
You know, they say, I like Black Eyed
It's good
Peas
for
and
you.
Cabbage.
You know, it's a good way to start the year. We always make sure that we have those place for the homeless so that we can take it to them, those who are not able to come. And for those who are in nursing homes and they have on the menu spaghetti for New Year's Day.
I never understand that.
Well, yeah, the dietitian is not looking at the tradition at all.
That's all.
So you give us a call. Elijah, give the number. 225.
343-1075.
Give us a call and we'll make sure that if there are at least 3 people at the nursing home who would like to have the Black Eyed Peas and Cabbage, we'll get it over there for you. It begins at 1 p.m. 1275 South 16th Street. That's our Community Kids Outreach Project. Happy Kwanzaa and Happy New Year's Cabbage and Black Eyed Peas Feast. Also, B&B Financial Services invites you to a very important and informative conference concerning the new 2012 tax changes, allowable deductions, non-allowable deductions. So you save the date. That'll be Saturday, January the 5th, 2013. The conference will be held at the Radisson Hotel, located on South Acadian Thruway. That's 2445 South Acadian Thruway, Baton Rouge, Louisiana 70808. You can give them a call at 225-236-4000. That's 225-236-4000. Churches, businesses, individuals, and all are invited to attend. The time is 8 a.m. and they'll be going on until 4 p.m. Registration begins at 7:30 a.m. Pre-registration is already in progress. There's a pre-registration price
Oh, okay.
of $199 per person.
Wow, okay. All right.
And at the door, it'll be $250.
Okay, perhaps you should pre-register.
Yeah, for further information, 225-926-3770, B&B Financial Services. All right. Boy, it's been a wonderful time. Before we go, I just want to remind everyone that ExxonMobil has asked for a new permit which will allow it to emit more ingredients into the air. This will be the discussion for the Pray for Our Air meeting the first Friday in January. That's January the 7th. The meeting will be held at 6 p.m. at Allen Chapel. That's 6175 Scenic Highway. Be sure to let your neighbors know that the subject to be discussed at that meeting will be the ExxonMobil request for an additional permit. That's first Friday, 6 p.m., Allen Chapel. Until next time, thanks so much for joining in with us on Let's Talk, and may all your conversations be good ones. Till next time, join us. Changing lives through music.